case, we'll take things to the NBA. Obviously, we know the two hottest teams today being the LA Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets. There was a game that was played about a couple days ago in which the LA Lakers kind of beat the brakes off the Nets, and the Nets actually had KD and as well as LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin. Though Kyrie and the boys wasn't present, they still had more firepower than the Lakers did. And so, sans one, LeBron James and AD not being there, the biggest question is, as we gear towards the playoffs, possible final scenario, who is more likely to miss the finals, the Brooklyn Nets or the LA Lakers? Jermaine, I'll start with you.
I'm going to have to say the Brooklyn Nets. Surprisingly, just because their depth. I have concerns really about their chemistry. Kind of around the same conversation they were having with Golden State when KD first joined Golden State. They were talking about, was KD going to mess up the chemistry? Were they going to be the same Warriors? But I think it's a little bit different in this case because with Golden State, KD didn't necessarily have to be the leader of that team. He joined the team that already had 2 or 3 leaders, I should say, and he just had to do his role and play his part, which he did really good at. When he in Brooklyn, it's 3 new superstars. They haven't had much time playing together. There's been a lot of pieces coming in and out. They've been signing guys to like 10-day contracts and stuff. So I'm really concerned about their chemistry. And then when I look at this recent game with the Lakers, I really like what the Lakers did with their bench. Taylor Horton-Tucker had 11 assists and he had 14 points. He had 34 minutes as a starter. So that's really good production coming from a role player who you expect to give some type of production in the playoffs. And on top of that, you got guys, they just added Andre Drummond, which is a big paint defender, somebody get him some type of interior presence. And also, even Ben McLemore was able to put up 17 points against the Brooklyn Nets in his recent game. So I think that's all of these things are like a really, really big confidence boost for the Lakers, especially going against the Nets. I understand the Nets didn't have all of their players. They were missing James Harden, but they did have Kyrie and KD. So I think this was huge for the Lakers. And I mean, with the Nets, I feel like they have more of a challenge in the East than the Lakers would in the West. Because like my guy Trey said, Brian, he made the playoffs, he making the finals.
That's true. Rod, take it away.
I want to start off by saying that game against the Lakers meant absolutely nothing.
Okay, there it is.
Okay,
yeah, go ahead.
Brooklyn.
Absolutely nothing. You want to talk about how they lost so bad? That is absolutely true. You got to think about it. That was only KD's second game back. He only played 19 games this season, so of course he's gonna be rusty. Think about it. No James Harden. Kyrie got ejected. The third quarter. So you got KD basically all by himself, and he was only his second game back after missing damn near a month, and he only played 19 games this season, missed the whole season last year. And like one big question about the Lakers, we don't know how AD gonna be when he returns. Do y'all know? Maine, Tony, Trey, do you know how he's gonna be?
Look, I was one of the first to talk about AD's long injury history, listening to my concerns about him coming to the Lakers in the first place. So I'm with you, Rod.
Wait. And you want to talk about, we may not have anybody for Embiid. I know that's exactly where you're going, Trey. That's exactly where you're going. Nobody for Embiid. We got to think about it. The Lakers actually do have more competition in the West, especially now the way with Rondo and the Clippers now starting to pick up their play with Kawhi, Rondo, and PG been balling lately. I know playoff P or whatever, non-factor, whatever, but right now he been balling. I know y'all seen that dunk, that ESPN top 10. It's been a minute since we've seen.
Okay, so I know my boy Rod said it's a lot of competition out west for the Lakers, but like Jermaine said, bro, LeBron make the playoffs, he making the finals. He gonna find a way, dog. He took Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, Shumpert. Without Kyrie, he took them to the finals. When I watched that game on Saturday, Rod, you was right, bro. You was right.
At that time, though, the East wasn't even that good as it was.
Hey,
now.
man, I didn't say nothing when you talk, so don't say nothing when I talk. all right. Now you was right. Like the grand scheme of things, like the game really didn't mean nothing. A lot of the stars didn't play. The one thing I took away from that game is y'all have no post present to stop a nosebleed. They made Andre Drummond look like Hakeem Olajuwon. And in the East, there's a lot of good teams. Like the East is top heavy to me. Like Miami,
Embiid, you're talking about. That's
all right, you got Philly with Embiid. He's a center. Y'all not stopping him. I know I'm hard on this player, but y'all got no answer for Giannis at all. He gonna average about 40 and 15 against the Brooklyn Nets. You got Drew Holiday.
Are you serious?
You got Drew Holiday. You got Chris Middleton, PJ Tucker. He got that defensive pedigree, that grit. Like Milwaukee's nice. I think they had a nice balance to y'all. Y'all Hollywood. They Compton. They come and play gritty, hard hood ball. And then you got Miami. I know Miami record-wise ain't looking too hot, but they clicking at the right time. And y'all got nobody. To me, in a 7-game series, I don't bet against Spo. I don't bet against Jimmy. I don't bet against Bam. Bam is hooping. Y'all got no answer for Bam. He can switch. He can guard all y'all superstars. So you can't just pick and roll and try to pick them apart. They play defense. They got a nice team, and then I know Boston ain't gonna make no noise, but Boston since they traded for Evan Fournier, they 6-1 and a nice little run. I ain't worried about nobody in the West for LeBron, man. LeBron proved that last year. Him and AD, Drummond. They scooped up Ben McLemore for the shooting that they need. The Clippers gonna clip. Like Charles Barkley said, he said, "I've been old, I've been young, I've been fat, and I've been skinny. I ain't been bad at basketball. The Clippers has always been bad at basketball. They playoff P gonna playoff P. Like I know they got Rondo, and they think they're gonna get playoff Rondo from last year. I got faith in Kawhi. I don't got faith in Paul George to show it when it matters. I like the pickup of Aaron Gordon for Denver. I just don't. Denver just ain't gonna beat the Lakers. I don't see it happening. Phoenix is too young. I know they got Chris Paul, but they all wet behind the ears. And I don't think Devin he don't get his numbers, but in the 7-game series, Anthony Davis and LeBron, the best 2 players in the series, they're gonna win the series. Name me a series out west where the best 2 players are not Anthony Davis and LeBron James in that series.
The Mavericks against the Mavericks. Luka Doncic is probably
he's not better than LeBron. He's not better than LeBron.
Tony, don't worry about that.
He may be better.
Don't worry about that, Tony.
He's not better than AD. He's not better than AD. He don't play defense, dog.
Damian Lillard.
Who they sent home last year. I'm a Dame fan. Everybody on this show know I'm a Dame.
I think if somehow the Warriors want to play in, then if the Lakers played the Warriors, then Steph is easily the second best player on the court.
Wait,
no, he's not better.
Question,
he ain't better than
Trey. You mentioned playoff Pete and not having faith in him in the playoffs, but come on now. Are we really gonna have faith in Giannis in the playoffs?
Hey, Giannis numbers are better than playoff Pete.
Wait. That man was a no-show in the bubble last season.
That man averaged 30. He averaged 30 in the bubble. He averaged 30 in the bubble.
Everybody averaged 30 in the bubble.
Now playoff Pete. He was in the side.
His players was averaging 30 in the bubble.
We're talking about the playoffs, bro. We're talking about the playoffs.
He averaged 30 in the playoffs.
That boy Chris Middleton was damn near the best player in the season in the series that they lost. He was damn near the best player.
Giannis got
wait.
Giannis got hurt.
Time out. We all know the Bucks are gonna fold like they normally do. They always have the number 1 record in the East, and what happened? What do? Do they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals? No. And come on now. What do the Sixers do? What do the Sixers do in the playoffs? Tell me, these past 3 years, what do?
They get out coached.
Fold.
Yeah.
Fold.
They get out
no, Jermaine said the perfect thing. They get out coached. They got Doc this year, dog. They got Doc. Doc ain't gonna get out coached.
Okay, well, listen. The Brooklyn Nets are tied with Philly for the best record in the Eastern Conference, and the Big Three only play 7 games together.
But record don't mean in the playoffs, dog.
Last take. Let's
listen. A whole roster haven't even played a game together. We haven't had the whole roster yet, and we're still first in the Eastern Conference. Okay,
that's regular season, dog. Playoffs is about matchups, dog.
But it's the East still at the end of the day.
We can only get better. Over time and improvement. If you
He's
haven't
right,
had a-
Trey. He's
if you
right,
haven't had a
Trey.
full
He's
roster
right,
yet,
Trey.
and you're only
He's
first
right,
in
Trey.
the conference,
He's right, Trey.
Come
He's right.
on.
Right.
He's
Are
right.
y'all-
They
are
can
y'all
only
gonna
get better. They
Come
can only
on.
get better. But guess what? Time is ticking.
That's
Playoffs
true.
right
Time is
around the
ticking.
corner.
That's true.
Playoffs
Time
right
is
around the
ticking.
corner.
Time
So,
The
is
players
ticking.
need to get
so-
healthy and build
so-
some chemistry.
All right, guys. So obviously we can kind of lean towards the see, we haven't even really came down to it because neither team is at its full healthiest at the moment. So let's wait and
Not
see.
though. It's not though.
Let's wait and see, Trey, how both teams look coming into the playoffs when we know KD, Harden, all those guys are back for the Nets. And then
Are they getting
LeBron-
center?
huh, we're not talking
Is
about all
any-
that. We're not
is
talking
anyone playing
about
center?
we're not talking about all that.
DeAndre Jordan was balling
Bro,
before
he
we got
washed,
LaMarcus
dog.
Aldridge.
He had a Jordan wash, dog. Come on,
No,
dog.
listen.
He's
DeAndre
washed.
Jordan on the defensive
He's
end.
washed.
DeAndre Jordan on the defensive end was playing great since that Jared Allen trade. Okay.
He's
And
washed,
he was a
dog.
lob
All right,
threat.
guys. So
He
we'll move on to this undisclosed part of a segment that we will never get an answer to. It's like arguing LeBron and Jordan.